Most parents wouldn't think twice if their little girl was into dolls, dress up, and everything pink, right? Well, how would you react if these requests were coming from your 3-year-old boy?
As I cook dinner, he sketches what looks like a girl, with long red hair, a blue dress, red shoes, a purple tiara, hazel green eyes, full pink lips. I don't have to ask who the girl in the picture is. I'd recognize him anywhere. I prefer gender creative. I don't feel like he's gender dysphoric. He's not confused. He's a boy. He's fond of his boy body. It's society's idea of what a boy is that he's uncomfortable with.
A 6-year-old who, with his older brother Chase, enjoys all the usual kid stuff, and also this.
Which one do you want to wear first?
The sassy.
The sassy one?
Mm-hmm.
CJ is gender non-conforming, choosing girls' clothes, colors, and toys ever since the day he discovered his first doll.
It was weird for me to realize that this is a global parenting issue.
An issue for all parents looking for a way to love their children no matter what.
This is not a choice for us. We are just letting our child be who he was born to be.
A child like CJ, who embraced his nature before his parents did.
Some people can be different, some people don't have to. Done.
Different, but safe and supported.
How do you think you look?
As so many similar children are not.
You can tell that he's gender nonconforming, and it's part of who he is, and there's no shame. We're just hoping that we can educate people about kids like CJ.
What do you think CJ is going to grow up to be? Gay? Transgender? Have you guys thought about that?
We don't know.
He has a 75% chance of being gay or transgender as an adult. To us, it doesn't matter. He's still our son, or he may be our daughter. We'll love him. He's our child. And that's all that matters.
I wondered what would happen if they just stopped letting CJ play with girls' things.
You can prevent that in your house and not buy those toys, not do that. You'll have an unhappy child. I've received so many emails from, gay men that said that's exactly what their father did. And they no longer have relationships with their fathers anymore. And that will not happen in my household.
Listening to Matt and Lori talk, it became clear that our most important job as parents is to protect our children.
I really don't want our kids to be hiding a part of themselves, but I want our home to be the absolute safest place. We're not going to be his first bullies. He doesn't have to go somewhere else to feel safe. It's here. Home is that place.
From mastering a chord to mixing up a favorite treat, 10-year-old Ryan is a typical kid in many ways. But her story is more complex because to the world, Ryan is a girl, but underneath, she's still physically a boy.
I don't feel like I was in the wrong body. I feel a girl in my heart and a boy in my brain.
Ryan is one of a small but growing number of students across the country who are challenging conventional gender boundaries at school at increasingly younger ages.
Now they're beginning to have a voice and find their own voices, and I think that's what's been making things interesting and challenging and difficult sometimes, depending upon the family or the kid or the school.
Ryan, what were you going to say?
Ryan went public as a girl at the end of kindergarten.
If you look at the school pictures from kindergarten to first grade, there is a light and a twinkle in her eye that's unmistakable. And if nothing else, just looking at that picture, we were clear we made the right choice.
But as more families make the choice to go public sooner, some schools are struggling with how to accommodate them. In Colorado, the parents of a 6-year-old transgender girl named Coy Mathis sued the school because her principal wants her to use a separate bathroom. Her mom says they want Coy treated like a girl in every way.
Take a look at this photo of Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and their daughter Shiloh, who, if you're used to seeing the family in the media and these photos of Shiloh, then you know that ever since she was little, she's been dressing a little bit more like a boy.
Always wanted her hair cut short.
Yeah, and always just more of a, a boyish look to her. Well, now she wants them to call her John.
Was it true that you asked Shiloh and she laughed? She was like, oh no.
Well, we joked about Shiloh being the older Aurora.
Oh, okay.
And she thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world. No, she would never even wear a dress. She would never, ever.
Of courageous families saying, okay, world, we're going to challenge you about gender expression. And we're going to challenge you by not using just adjectives to say strong boy or pretty girl, but we're going to challenge you to say actually authentic adjectives such as pretty child and strong child. But it is important for us to keep the conversation going. Why do we need to categorize? Why do we always need to compartmentalize? Why can't we just accept children for who they say they are, who they want to be?
All we've ever asked for is that our child has the same safe environment that every other parent wants for their children, and that's where we've always come from.
The biggest thing in all of this is love your child no matter what. We've built a house, built based in love and trust and a safe environment, and that's the most important thing that I can give my kids.
Listen to the sound of my voice. Attention, youth of the world. I want you to live your lives being exactly who you are. Be true to yourself. The most important thing is to be true to yourself.